everybody, welcome to Burton Avenue. I'm Angie and I love my cutter. I can show you how to make amazing things with your cutting machine, like wooden signs, home decor, custom apparel, and more. I want you to love your cutter too. Welcome to day 21 of my 25 Days of Craftmas series. In this series, I am showing you how to make 25 different Christmas projects using a cutting machine. And I'm sharing the SVG files I used to make these projects for free. So if you've missed any of the previous days, be sure to check them out. Today, I am showing you how to make this wooden Christmas door hanger. This door hanger is the perfect way to welcome family and friends to your home during the holidays. For this project, you're going to need a wooden circle, vinyl and transfer tape, paint, and some Christmas embellishments. You'll also need a cutting machine. I'm using my Cricut Explorer Air. You can find the complete list of supplies below or over on my blog at burtonavenue.com. Now let's head over to the craft room and get started. The first thing we need to do is grab the SVG file we'll be using for this project. You can get it for free on my blog at burtonavenue.com. I keep all the SVG files for the projects I make in my free SVG library. These files will work with all kinds of cutting machines and are free to everyone. Once you're on my site, click on Free SVG Files and then Free SVG Library. You'll need a password to get into the library, and there are instructions on the screen if you need to get one. Once you're in the library, you can search for the file Welcome with Snowflakes. It will either be listed under the most recent projects and cut files or under the Christmas category 25 Days of Craftmas 2019 Day 21. So go ahead and click on that link and the file will be downloaded onto your computer. When you download files online, they usually come in a zipped folder and you'll need to extract them before you can upload them into your software. To do this, you're going to double click on the folder you just downloaded and a new window will pop up. Somewhere you should see the option to extract all. Click on that and another window will pop up, and this will show you the destination where your unzipped files are going to be saved. Remember that because you'll need to get to it later. Click on the extract button and the files will be unzipped onto your computer and ready to use in Cricut Design Space. Now let's head over to Cricut Design Space and start a new project. Over on the left, click on Upload, then Upload Image, and then click Browse. Find the SVG file we unzipped earlier. Sometimes these SVG files will show up as a Chrome HTML document, so if you don't see SVG file listed, be sure to look for that. Now double click on the file name, then click Save, then select the image and choose Insert Images. And now the design will appear on your Canvas screen. So the next thing we're going to do is turn this design into a stencil. So we're going to draw a circle that is the same size as our wooden door hanger. So we're going to go up to Shapes and click on Circle. Now my wooden door hanger is 12 inches, but since the Cricut will only cut 11.5 inches, we'll change the size of the circle to that. So this circle now represents our door hanger. Now we're going to resize our design so it fits nicely within the circle. So click on Arrange and Send to Front, and then just drag this arrow until the size of the design fits within the circle. Okay, so that is 10 3/4 of an inch for the design, and I think that looks good. The last thing we need to do is select both the design and the circle and right click and choose Attach. Once everything turns gray, we're going to send it to our Cricut to cut. So go up and click on the green Make It button. and this screen is just going to show us what the design is going to look like on our cutting mat. If everything looks good, click on Continue. Then select your machine from the drop-down list. Once Design Space finds your machine, you'll be taken to this screen. Make sure that your material is set to vinyl, and then go load your mat. Place a piece of vinyl on your cutting mat. Smooth it out so there aren't any wrinkles or bubbles. Then load it into your machine by pressing the up and down arrow button. Once your Cricut is ready to cut, the C button will light up. Press this and the machine will start cutting. Once everything is cut, press the up and down arrow button again to remove your cutting mat. Now we're going to get our wooden circle ready to stencil. Sand down the entire thing so it's nice and smooth. Then paint it white. You'll probably need a couple of coats for complete coverage. While the paint is drying, let's get our vinyl stencil ready. We're going to do this by weeding away the excess vinyl. And since this is a stencil, you'll want to remove the letters and the shapes. Now cut a piece of transfer tape a little bit larger than your design. Place the design onto your transfer tape. Rub over the top of the design with your scraper to help it stick to the transfer tape. Then trim off the excess transfer tape. Flip the design over and carefully pull off the vinyl backing. Center your design on the wooden circle and press into place. Rub over the design again with your scraper to help it stick to the wood. Then pull off your transfer tape and rub the design one more time with a scraper. Next, we're going to paint the circle with one more coat of white paint. This is to help prevent the red paint from bleeding through. Once the white paint is dry to the touch, fill in the stencil with red paint. It's best to do 2 to 3 light coats of red rather than one thick, heavy coat. When the red paint is dried to the touch, you can carefully pull off your vinyl stencil. Use a weeding tool to pull out all those little pieces of vinyl. Now flip the sign over and staple or glue on a piece of rope for hanging the sign. Next, dip a cheap bristle brush into some black paint and wipe most of the paint off. Then lightly drag the brush across the sign. We're going for light streaks across the sign, so just barely let those bristles touch the surface of the wood. To finish off the sign, glue on a couple pieces of pine bough and then add a pretty Christmas bow. Then hang it on your door to welcome family and friends to your home. Wouldn't you love to hang this on your door during the holiday season? It looks so cute. I hope you enjoyed today's project, and I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for another day of Craftmas. See ya!